Four, three, two, one, zero. Ignition.
Hello, the listener. Welcome to universalexports.co, where we cover everything including motoring, walking, eating, drinking, astronomy, photography and film, science, and much, much more. Stay tuned for the Plat du Jour. We'll see what's on today's plate. Coming up now.
The coolest way to start your weekend.
In today's episode, we'll look at little Corellas, how biometric procedures will replace passports when you're entering into Australia. We'll look at what comets might be appearing this month. In the photography section, how to get that smile in those photographs. We might also discuss the words of the Spanish National Anthem. We might even take a look at a rather large man-made puddle in Melbourne. So stay tuned. In a radical overhaul of security at Australia's international airports, the first step towards the government's goal of automating 90% of air traveller processing by 2020, facial recognition will replace passports at Australian airports. The Department of Immigration and Border Security will start moving towards a contactless system for arrivals this year, the most ambitious stage of the Seamless Traveller Initiative announced in 2015. Incoming paper passenger cards will be abolished and band stations will be replaced by electronic stations and automatic triage. Big Brother certainly is getting his way. Passengers would not need to show their passports, instead being processed by biometric recognition of their faces, irises, their fingerprints, and I'm sure some other prints. Under the new system, the existing smart gates can scan passports electronically. This was introduced less than 10 years ago, and that will be retired. Automated processing technology provides a simpler process for travellers and enables the Australian Border Force to meet the challenges of increasing travelling numbers while maintaining the security of our border. The system could be a world first. The intention was to streamline the arrivals process so that international passengers would literally just walk out like at a domestic airport using biometric security. And here's a number you can use at your next dinner party. 40 million air and sea travellers were processed by Australian Border Force in the year 2015-16. And it would seem Delta Airlines in America is on board with this kind of thinking too. And as from today, it's allowing some passengers to board flights using nothing but their fingers. But it's not a matter of rolling up to the terminal with an outstretched finger. The airline has teamed up with biometrics company Clear for the venture. So users will need to first register with them before they can do away with their paper or mobile boarding pass. They will also need to be a member of Delta SkyMiles and the airline's loyalty program. In the coming months, Delta will start testing a service that allows members to check in their baggage using their fingerprint for identification. Wow. We all want to have that happy, smiling face when we take photographs of our family and friends. And I'm very aware of that, having spent the last 40 years making my living out of taking photographs and trying to get people to look like they want to be there. One of the things that most people do is use the term "say cheese." Something, in fact, that I would never do, particularly the children. The last thing you can do is ask them to smile. Why? Because they want to make you happy, so they'll pull a face which they think it is a smile, but it's not really what you want. So what you really want to do is just make them happy and get the shot. However, you may be interested to know that saying cheese in other countries can sound a little different. In Serbia, little bird, itsičica. In Germany, it's antshit. That's antscheisse. In Korean, it's kimchi. And the French for marmoset, oui, tsiti. Argentina and other Latin countries use whiskey. Denmark, orange, which is appelsin, and Bulgarian cabbage, which is zili. What many of them have in common is the E sound, of course. Kimchi, whiskey, whistiti, cheese, etc. Sadly, many of these local words are dying out, increasingly being replaced by the English word cheese or simply smile. It doesn't work though. Take it from me. In recent times, we've seen an influx of the bird little Corella. This is due mainly because of the amount of development that's going on along the railway lines where they're putting the sky rail in. This destruction of the habitat has caused not only the little Corellas but lots of other birds to be seeking different areas where they can set up their habitation. They're a lovely little bird as long as they don't start tearing your house apart. So make sure you give them plenty of feed or make sure you get rid of them completely, either or. Little Corellas often indulge in an activity that is uncommon in the bird world. They like to play. Sometimes they slide down the steep roofs of wheat silos, falling off the edge and then flying back to the top just to slide down again. They've also been seen perched on the blades of windmills, spinning round and round, falling off and then regaining the precarious grip on the blades. Even when perched, little Corellas often hang upside down or dangle below the perch holding on with its bill. Little Corellas are mostly white, although the ones we've got around here have been in the mud and they look just terrible. With fleshy blue eye ring and pale rose pink patch between the eye and bill. In flight, the bright sulphur yellow wash can be seen on the underwing and undertail. The sexes are similar in plumage and young birds look like the adults but are slightly smaller. That is, the young birds are slightly smaller than the adults. Walking, walking, walking. Just recently, we went for a walk round Albert Park Lake in Melbourne. A little bit cool this time of the year, but a lovely walk it was, and I was surprised to discover that there's a stairways tower at one end just near the Point restaurant. Walking up there is about 3 flights high. 3 flights high, but get a commanding view of the lake and surrounds. Worth doing the walk. Just a little bit about the lake. It's a man-made created lake situated in the Albert Park, bordered by Albert Road, Queens Road, Fitzroy Street and Canterbury Road. You can check those out on Google Maps, I'm sure. The park is probably 2.25 square kilometres of parkland, including the lake, with many different sporting facilities, including parks, sporting grounds, sports facilities, golf courses, walking tracks, racetrack, that's the Grand Prix racetrack, and aquatic centre. Being only 3 k's from the Melbourne CBD, Albert Park is popular for a range of activities like dog walking, jogging, cycling, sailing and rowing. Numerous sporting events are held in the park along with festivals. A wide variety of these events are held at Albert Park throughout the year, with events ranging from fun runs, sporting tournaments, international and national levels of competition. You might like to know Albert Park is on Crown land managed by Parks Victoria. It has barbecue and picnic facilities, boat hire and sporting facilities which include a golf driving range, gymnasium and aquatic centre. You can swim, dive or try out the indoor sports facilities at the Melbourne Sports and Aquatic and Fitness Centre. And the Point Restaurant and the Lakefront Boardwalk are both accessible from Aquatic Drive. Play a golf round if you wish, or you can play a round of golf at the Albert Park 18-hole public golf course or try out the driving range itself. The Swan picnic area is at the very northern end of the park, offering a large area of trees, providing a relaxing, shady location on a summer afternoon. Access is via Albert Road and the main parking area is off Albert Road Drive. Get along, you'll enjoy whatever it is you do. Do you know what language the Spanish National Anthem is sung in? Well, it isn't. Despite having one of the oldest tunes of any national anthem, La Marcha Real is the only one with no words. They were dropped in 1975 on the death of Generalissimo Francisco Franco, dictator of Spain for 40 years. In 2007, the Spanish Olympic Committee, inspired by performance of You'll Never Walk Alone by visiting Liverpool football fans, held a competition to find new words for the national tune. The winner, believe it or not, Viva España, was dropped after just 5 days. Several Spanish regions, many of which have their own anthems, denounce the words of being too nationalistic. Long live Spain, we sing together with different voices and only one heart. But that seems pretty bland compared to France's bloodthirsty La Marseillaise, where things are, do you hear the countryside, the roar of those ferocious soldiers? They come right into your midst to slit the throats of your sons and wives. There you go. What language is the Spanish National Anthem sung in? It ain't. Things in the field of astronomy. Mars will be in conjunction with the Sun until the 27th of July and it remains hidden from view until its reappearance in the morning eastern sky in mid-September. Comets that are around at this time of the year, arising at 2 a.m, the comet Pan-STARRS will likely fade from 10th to 11th magnitude during July, when it will be found in Aries. Comet Johnson begins in July in Virgo, moving into Hydra mid-month and then Centaurus at the month's end. And well placed in the early evening sky, setting around 2 a.m, the comet should fade from 7th to 8th magnitude this month. There are a number of meteor showers which are visible from the 15th of July to 10th of August, which is in Pisces Astronides, Southern Delta Aquarids, 12th of July, 23rd of August, and Alpha Capricornids are noted for their bright, slow and yellow long pass and frequent fireballs. The shower is visible late evening until dawn, 3 July through to 15th of August. Maximum activity on the 30th of July.
You are now tuned.
Yes, you most certainly are, to universalexports.co. Variety is the spice of life and the source of great knowledge base. This is what our podcasts are full of. Our pods will help you become more informed, entertained, culturally aware, invigorated, astonishingly good-looking, and the person that everyone would like to be. You can be ever held in awe simply by listening to universalexports.co. Let us know what tickled your fancy the most. Let us know what you'd like us to talk about. Let us know anything you'd like to let us know. Email at info@universalexports.co.